Good evening. Welcome back to In the Khud. This is 19 April 2023, 7:05 p.m. and I think I need to stop saying I'm in a rush because I'm always in a rush. Every day I try, you know what, today I'm going to reach the gym at 7:30, do a proper workout till 8:30, 8:45 and then come back home at 9 and still have some time to do things. But the way things happen is everything gets pushed and by the time I leave home it's 8, 8:15. By the time I come back home it's 9:30, 9:45. I just come back home, eat food and then sleep. And then the next day the entire cycle is spoiled because I haven't had enough sleep, so I have to sleep and then it's a pain, it's a trauma of sorts. But anyway, getting back to the point, today's day I don't think the Notion tab has anything well documented. Continued pattern from yesterday where I feel very tired to do anything in the morning phase. However, I did manage to see an added in tutorial. So if I have to summarize today's day and the work that I've done, you see on my screen there is this character. Now this is a royalty free character that I happen to get from cgtrader.com, which is amazing. Now I did primarily two things here. One is I made the hair. So the character already had a hair with her, but that wasn't working. I happened to send it across. So I think I should just hide this. And this is hair strands I made myself. I don't know, I'm not particularly sure of if this works or not, if this is nice or not. But basically I'm going to show you how I did it. This is using a method from, again, a lot of added in tutorials I've been and follow along videos I've been watching. From Yan Sculpts in this video.
And move it.
Easiest way to create hair in Blender. So basically I'm going to show you what needs to be done. So you say Shift A curve path, regular path, you scale it down, bring it a little up. You say Shift A curve circle, scale it down, bring it up, say RX 90, so it's facing towards us. This is going to be the profile for our curve. I'm going to come in here, select both of them, say Control A, apply scale. Don't apply all transformations because for some reason the pivot point is getting affected with that. So I come in here, inside geometry, your bevel object is going to be this curve circle. So we get something like this. Now what we have to do is just come in here and adjust this to a shape that we like. We can come in here and rotate this so that's facing towards us. Okay, come in here and bring this down, here, down, this. Actually you want to be adjusting this in the Y direction as well. Okay, now you can come in here, select these individual vertices and say Alt S to scale it up or Alt S to bring it down. This is like the very fundamental of the hair situation. Now you want to come in here, select this, duplicate this, come in here. With this duplicate one, whatever your mesh is, you want to take it and place it on top of your mesh. So using something like this, I made the hair over here. Okay, that was the first thing learned. The second thing learned was how to make clothes. So for clothes, the credit goes to by Aram Art. This video, simple way for sculpting clothes in Blender. So what you want to do, you want to take your mesh. I'm just going to take the body and duplicate it. Move it to the right. So how do you make clothing over here? I'm going to come in here to the sculpt mode, Alt M to remove the mask. I'm going to come in here and say Q, there is box mask. So you can select box mask or lasso mask, whatever. So let's say I select box mask and I'm going to select the part that I want to include in the clothing. So let's say this much. Then over here I say mask, mask extract. You want to uncheck extract as solid and hit OK. So what this does is it makes it this way. It's a mesh on top of that, okay, with the vertices. Now you can come in here if the topology is not nice, you can come and remesh it but this topology is kind of fine because we're already working with a retopologized model which we got from CG Trader, which is amazing. So over here I'm going to come in and use, I don't know, maybe a coat. Now the next step here is you want to come into the sculpt mode for this mesh, take your inflate brush, which has disappeared from quick favorites, I'm not quite sure why, and inflate this. Okay, you don't want to inflate it too much, it looks kind of like a what do you call it, life-saving jacket. Okay, you inflate it, so that does that. The next step here is you can apply subdiv to it to have more vertices, or you cannot, and you apply solidify to it. Okay, just give it a little bit of thickness, not much, like a little bit. This is too much, I guess, just a little bit. You can come in here and apply this. Now push this, what you want to do is, in order to sculpt high details on it, you can come in here and say multi-res modifier. Where on earth is multi-res modifier? Let's divide this 2 times. And now if I go into the sculpt mode and I take my draw sharp brush, you'll see that I can draw sharp stuff here. Yeah. So you have to like subdivide it a few times. Now from here you do this kind of thing and try to add details on the cloth like folds and stuff. Basically this is what the procedure is. Now the third thing that I figured, which I was kind of stuck at, you can just come in here and shut this so it's not as heavy, is making collars. So if you see, I made collar also using the same logic, but there is this thing that they do where they make a plane and use shrink wrap modifier on the mesh and then extrude it. I wasn't quite able to figure that out. So that's where we are at here, and using this I made the code. This is not perfect, I have to still work on it. This part is also not perfect, still work on it. I actually made a t-shirt also inside, and then there are these cylinder buttons. How am I on the progress to this figuring out the character animation? I'm not very good actually, even though I've done significant amount of things today in trying to understand hair and clothing and stuff. I'll have to really buckle up because A, I have to learn Rigify from start to rig this character, and B, I have to also probably learn Faceit add-on that allows you to do easy expressions, because expression is going to be very important in the animation. It's going to be a bit complex for the next 3-4 days. We'll see how things go. And other than that, there was this one meeting today, interview of a person who would possibly join the team at the full-time job. And it was a good interview. Like she looked like a pretty promising candidate and very creative. The fact that she kept her video on throughout, I was like, I should also have kept my video on. I can very easily do it because this thing is happening through IV cam right now. I can have the same quality of video on video calls, and anyone seeing that is like clean bold. What is this quality? Anyway, that's it for today's documentation. Thanks so much for being in the court. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.